10 days detention allowed the hair to be bushy and the tuft to grow like this?
Oh, well, it was what it was. I had undergone a very rough period, and I still am in recovery. So yes, what you see is basically an effect of undergoing that period without having to shave, not having to bathe properly, not having to take care of my hygiene. Those things didn't matter in that period. I mean, I was stripped of every right. Every right.
Yes, indeed, every right, because you were in what the police call safe custody. And look at the allegations that the police are using. Have you been taken to court at all? Have they, charged you before any law courts alleging the cybercrime you've committed? What cybercrime are they saying?
Well, if I've been charged to court, I would not be aware, because everything that happened, I was not aware. They said they had sent an invitation. They said they had invited me, but I never got an invitation. So I was not aware of an invitation.
You were kidnapped?
Yes. I was taken. I was put in a cell. I was put in 2 cells, Lagos and Abuja. So
we learned you were in Banti CID.
Yes, I spent 4 nights.
You were locked up with other criminals or alleged criminals, detainees?
That's one way to look at it. I was locked up with confessed murderers, people who confessed to the crime of murder. I was locked up with people who did confess to committing grievous crimes. Yes, there were a lot of people who had, who underwent some very concerning conditions, circumstances, and it opened my eyes to how much injustice, how much inhuman treatment is meted to suspects, people who are perceived to have committed a crime, who haven't been put before a judge, who haven't been convicted. So it just makes me wonder, if a cell is that bad, what would prison be like for these people? So there I was just reflecting beyond myself. I know, yes.
Were you tortured?
That's an interesting question. Was I tortured? Physically? No. Mentally? Yes. Yes, because I was detached from my life, my normal life, and not allowed to make a phone call, not allowed to reach anybody. And personally, I had the mental fortitude to withstand most of those things. I mean, being away for a while gave me the opportunity to relax, reflect, and just think. I spent a lot of time in my head, painting so many scenarios, getting away from where I was and just traveling in my head. But, I'll think about family, think about friends, think about my work environment. Nobody knew where I was. So I could imagine it wasn't just me. I was there in captivity, but a lot of people were going through so much emotional stress. They didn't know where I was. They thought I was kidnapped. They thought I was probably a victim of an ambush, one chance, and all that. So it wasn't until 2 days later before there was some form of clarity. So looking back, I did understand that the actions that led to my detention really affected a lot of people.
The police is accusing you of cyber crimes.
Yes.
What could that be?
Okay, so
you had some transactional business with anybody on
it's another interesting question. Okay, so this is it. First off, important to note, I never understood my crime or my alleged crime, what they said I did, until Sunday. I was taken on May 1st, which was a Wednesday, and Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, I had no clue what I had allegedly done. All I saw on the paper sheet they showed to me, the arrest warrants, was my name, cybercrime, nothing more. Then on Sunday, I saw a petition that read cyberbullying. Then later on, I saw cyber stalking. And according to the Cybercrime Act 2024, the amended version, cyber stalking refers to knowingly publishing material that is harmful, insightful, and can damage the reputation of someone. If you knowingly set out to defame a person, you know that this is blue. And I go out to say, no, this person is wearing red, and this red is, it belongs to a cult, his this, his that. I know very well that this is a lie. And I go out and I do this. It's cyber stalking, right? That's what the law says. Now, I began to ask, what did I do?
What's the name of the petitioner there?
Yes. Olupe Adefolure. That was the Senior Special Assistant to the President on SDGs, Sustainable Development Goals. So the whole thing was born out of a story I'd written in November 2023. So it was a story about how the company, how the SDGs office, how the Office of the Senior Special Assistant paid money to a company for a project that was supposed to be constructed in a school. Now, there are a lot of narratives that circulate in the media space and on social media. I don't know, the story is out there. A lot of people can read the story. There are some people who have read the story who have given proper analysis of everything that's played out. But there's so many people who haven't read the full story and they just fly with a lot of narratives. So here's what I did. I went on an open portal. It's the Budget Government portal. You see the office that paid the money, where the money was sent to, how much was paid. So the figure that was quoted, that was 147 million to Enseno GV. Now, they're saying that the figure is 141. The figure wasn't prepared by Daniel Ojukwu. It was prepared by the Budget Government, which mirrored the Open Treasury portal. Open Treasury portal is run by the government. So if you have an issue with the figure, you have an issue with the government. Yeah. Open Treasury portal put that out there, not me. So the next thing is, this contract was paid to Enseno GV. I reached out to Enseno GV. There's Enseno Global Ventures. You could check out their website. And the person who owns the restaurant, it's a restaurant, it's a hotel in Kashi, Abuja. And I reached out to the person, and the person says, I never received such amounts of money. I never did. That was what the person told me. I didn't cook this up from anywhere. Her name is Nkiru Ezekwesili. This is a public record. She's on the CAC records are everywhere. You could check out Enseno GV on CAC, pull up the records, see who runs the company. I sent emails to everybody that has a stake in the company, the persons of significant interest. And after reaching out, nobody had an idea. I went to the school. I went around. There were about 72 schools in that local government. I went around looking for this particular school. I found a school. There was no space.
No construction.
It was impossible. I'm not saying it was difficult. It was impossible to situate those projects in that school. Impossible. If you walk into the school, you have a narrow passageway and an old block of classroom. So as of the time the contract was awarded, it was completely impossible.
Was it under this administration?
Under the Buhari administration. As of
and
the
the
time,
money was paid?
It was paid 15th of May, 2023. That was when that payment was made. And I asked questions. I sent an FOI request. Very, very important. The FOI request, standard process, is backed by law.
It is, yeah.
I sent the FOI request on 19th of October. Till today, I have not gotten a response. Legally, after 7 days, you can sue. So you can sue any company that fails to grant that. But they never responded, ever, at any point. And I extended the time. Beyond 7 days, I waited. That story was published, I think, November 7, 2023. Between October 19 and November 7, it's a lot of time. No response. And during the process, they told me that they had completed this project. I said, where did you complete it? They said, in 2 different locations. It was included in that story. They sent me pictures and I included it. And I asked questions. How come a contract was awarded in Ajeromi and you moved this, you built it in 2 different, they said they fulfilled every obligation. Show me proof that you fulfilled every obligation. Nothing.